Knowing is an intimate relationship. It's not just I have information about you, but I know you. I know who you are, where you're coming from, what you're struggling with. I know you, and you know me. Watching me teach doesn't mean you know me. You have to interact with me to know me. Just because you showed up at a Bible study like a lot of times and I've seen your name on the screen, because we do this right online where I can see your name on the screen, doesn't mean I know you even though I know your name. So why do we think that it's our job and it's okay and it's appropriate for us to correct people who we don't know? You have to get to know somebody before they will allow for you to speak into their lives. And that only comes if you voluntarily agree to that. It's a covenanting. Where you say, I am open to you correcting me, and then you say, well, I'm open to you correcting me back. Okay, the leadership of MTOI has that relationship. We've all gotten to know each other and have given each other the license to speak into each other's lives in terms of correction. But it's amazing. I've got people that will post all the time, and you'll see this on Facebook as well. Oh, they got to correct everybody, and they're correcting people they don't know. Can we not understand that that's obnoxious and rude, actually? I don't know how else to put it without being, softening it more than it should be softened. It's very rude, inappropriate for us to correct people we don't know. And why do we then act surprised when they don't receive it the way we wanted them to? Because their thought is, well, who are you to correct me? Not like, well, who are you? I'm so great and you're not. No, I mean, who are you? I don't know you. See, my brother can correct me. My parents can correct me. The brethren who I have relationship with can correct me. And I can correct them. Why? Because we have a relationship that goes beyond information. Knowing your name is information. I don't know you just because I know your name. You don't know me just because you know mine or just because you've seen me do a teaching or two. You know more because of the teachings than you would just knowing my name, but you don't know me. You may know my position on a particular topic, but you don't know me. To know me, you'd have to sit down and have a meal or have a conversation and where you get to know the person, the person's journey, the person's struggle. You would need to know the cultural influences, societal influences, spiritual. Do you know where I'm coming from? Can you relate to where I'm coming from? One of the things that I think is going to be really a powerful thing is that, my friend Curtis down in New Zealand and I are going to probably be doing a show at some point. We're calling it the Talking Sticks, where, you've got the two sticks coming together in Ezekiel, and he understands the side of the riverbank. We'll call that side of the riverbank Christianity. And he understands things about that side of the riverbank that I have no idea about because I've never really been on that riverbank. And so there are things that I'll say to him sometimes, well, you don't need to cover that. And he says, no, you don't think I need to cover that, but all these people on this side of the riverbank, they need to know this. See, I couldn't see that. This happened in a men's meeting that I was participating in New Zealand, where I thought, well, why do we need to go over that? He says, you can't see it because you're on the other riverbank. But guess what? If you've never been Jewish and you've never lived in that side of the riverbank, you don't understand that whole part of the paradigm either. So you can't relate. And so we have to start to get to know each other so that we can relate. That doesn't mean you have to go spend time on the riverbank, but you can get to know somebody that is in the water, is in the river, who came from that riverbank, instead of thinking you know. Because I hear people all the time who think they know, but you don't. Now, you might know the people on your side of the bank who grew in your culture, in your society, in your same influences. Yeah, you'll know them. I mean, if you were a Baptist your whole life, you may understand what it's like from talk to another person who was a Baptist their whole life. If you were a Pentecostal, you might know. If you were an Orthodox Jew, you might know. But you're not going to know, if you were raised a Baptist, what it was like even to be a Pentecostal. Even though you're both Christians. Very different culture, understanding, spiritual way of looking at things. Same thing within Judaism. Being an Ashkenazi Jew versus a Sephardic Jew, very different. Being an Orthodox versus a Reform, very different. I mean, unless it's exactly the same, you have to spend time getting to know. Do we do this generally? No. We don't make the effort. So we have a body that visits with each other, attends assemblies, and has no idea really that much about anybody that comes, except maybe the one or two people that they have started to make a relationship with. But basically, there's people in every group, even if they've been meeting for 4 or 5 years, that still don't know everybody in the group. And I'm not talking about a group of 500 where maybe that's tough. I'm talking about these groups in the Messianic and the Hebrew roots, whatever in the Israel movement, whatever we're supposed to call ourselves. Most groups aren't bigger than 30 or 40 or 50. I think you can get to know everybody over a period of time of 2 or 3 or 4 years if there's only 30, 40, or 50.